What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Meditations. So, it seems to me like there are a lot of men going their own way, right? Now, for a little while, my speculation on that is that a lot of these guys, it's sort of I'm not really trying to criticize it because I have some good things to say about it. But in some instances, I think that it's a cop-out. Is that how you say? Where a lot of guys just can't get pussy, you know? So they'll say, oh yeah, I'm going my own way. But the reality is there's a lot of guys who are kind of either giving up on it, the pursuit of women and relationships, or just stepping out of it. Because maybe they've lost interest. I don't know. I think it can be dangerous to a man when you just kind of shut off that nozzle. And just be like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to go out and try to get pussy. It can be dangerous to a man. Because everything in our nature is about that. It's about the pursuit, the gaining access to, that achievement, you know what I mean? It's like the pinnacle of a man is getting that woman to consent with you and you can have a good time, you know what I mean? Because, of course, the women are the limiting factors in human reproduction. So they're the ones who go like, no. You're like how Neo in the Matrix, and the bullets are coming out, and he just goes, no. And like all the guys, they're just like on their little dating apps. The women are just like, no. But the guys are like, yes. But only like 5% of them are getting any. Because, of course, this is allowing for the women to be extremely selective. And as you guys know, I don't got to go on about it. But they sort of have optimized their dating selection with these dating apps where they're playing the cock carousel, as I like to call it. And I think that I coined that term, in fact. Where you get these guys at the top who are like the top 5 to 10%, and all the other women, like 90% of them, are riding the same cocks. And then there's all the other guys who just fall to the wayside. And there's all sorts of studies and research that indicate this and prove this to be the current reality of things. You know, only about 10% of men are getting access to sexual interactions with women, and they all want it, or most of them want it, like 90+% want it, but they can't get it. Whereas if the same questions are asked to women, if they want it, they're getting it. You know, like 90% of them are sexually active if they want to be, because that's just how nature works. Again, like I said, they're the limiting factor in human reproduction. They're the ones saying no. And it has a lot to do with how men are the ones who output. You know, they can ejaculate who knows even how many times in a day. And there's like no repercussions. Whereas with a woman, there's repercussions. If they intake the seed or whatever, if they accept the seed, they're going to be vulnerable for the next 9-10 months. Then they're going to have a child, you know, for like the rest of their lives. So, I mean, there's very high risk factors when it comes to women, which is how they've became that. The selective ones in human reproduction. But this video isn't about this either, but it's all stringing along into the reality in which I'm about to convey to you guys. Again, when you rule that out, when you shut off that nozzle, when you're no longer going to pursue, the problem is you're kind of left with, right, what now? There's really, unfortunately, as mentioned, that's the pinnacle of the chase here. All right? Like a video game. It's like typing in a cheat code or something. It's just the game's over, and now what? you know? And we'll see this optimized in nature even, where societally speaking, throughout cultures and millennia, the guys who had the most success had the most wives. All right? You see those tribal leaders and shit. And yeah, they got all the pussy. You know, that's just how it worked. So they've kind of ascended, if you will. They've reached that pinnacle that all the other men desire. And we've sort of seen that now today with porn, where guys kind of cheat their way into it. And all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm that guy now. But the problem is it's taking away all the fabric of what makes them up to achieve that. Because to achieve that, you need all the social skills. You need the communication skills. You need the physicality. You need the wit to get all the pussy. You know what I mean? So it kind of is mustering up to that. And then as you start gaining those things, you become that man. And then all your levels, of course, are more balanced. Your testosterone, your endorphins, your dopamine, they're all in a healthy manner regulated as you approach that level of ascension. But if you're just sitting there at your computer watching porn, beating off to it, it's just boom, you're done. And you didn't have to do anything to get there outside of just opening your computer screen. You know, that's the biggest problem. This video isn't about that either. But again, it's all fitting into this puzzle. When you're sitting there watching it, you're training your brain to function in that way when it comes to your getting turned on and your all your sexual inhibitions. So it's screwing you up, man. That's why it's connected to erectile dysfunction. You're training your dick and your brain to only be set off when it comes to these parameters all being in line. It's not organic. In fact, it's the complete opposite of organic. You know, like the sort of flow that you have with a woman, with your interaction. You know, there's reciprocation, and it all is building up. You say, oh, nice shoes. Oh, yeah, put this on. Oh, yeah, let me, a little push and pull play and this and that and the third, you know? But there's no reciprocation when there's just a damn screen. You could perhaps get consumed in your self-consumption. Consumed by consumption. And I remember, I was thinking about this going your own way thing for a minute, about 10 or 11 years ago. But not to the extent of, like, just wanting to step out of dating or whatever. I took it to the extent of just not trusting women. I mean, just looking around being like, oh, yeah, they all hoes. Oh, yeah, look at the divorce rates. Oh, yeah, you can't trust any of them, this, that, and the third, you know? So I was like, okay, so let's be careful. Let's not reproduce. Make sure we don't do that. And I had a bunch of buddies who had kids who were paying child support, this and that. And I looked at that, I was like, hell no. I am not going to be stuck on my own somewhere paying child support. So I made sure that didn't happen. That I knock a chick up. So you got to be careful. Plus those STDs out there running rampant. Especially with the cock carousel thing going on. You know, these chicks are piling up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 sex partners. By the time they're like 30 years old, it's fucked up, man. But yeah, you got to be careful. But point being is, I understand it, all right? The going your own way. I understand the intrigue, but it's dangerous. Because then you're left with, well, what now? All these imperatives that are ingrained in my nature are just gone. There's nothing left to pursue or work for. I mean, because that's the pinnacle of it. But I found a good lady. They're out there, and they're not on dating apps. Okay? Dating apps are for hoes and for playas. All right? It's the truth, whether or not you like it. So the way I found the good women was by going out. The grocery store, for example, is where they all have to go. Everybody has to eat, you know? So I figured all little bunnies are going to be going to the grocery store, getting their lettuce and carrots, and then going home. So yeah, you're going to get club hoes there. Yeah, you're going to get Tinder hoes there. But you're also going to get the ones who just, who don't do that. Who stay home and read books and things of the like. All right? That's the kind that you want. The kind that read books and are smart. You know? That's the kind that you want. And they're out there. I looked this information up. Only about 40% of young women are even on the damn dating apps. So, I mean, that's a pretty good number, man. You know, they're out there. You got to go to your social groups, things like that, get connected with, I don't know, volunteer for some shit. But, I mean, I wouldn't do that. I would just go hunting around. I'd just be like, where are the women? They like clothes, they like shopping, but those ones can be materialistic, so I don't know if I want to, like, hone my searches in those sort of places, so I started hitting up grocery stores. You see what I'm saying? But the good thing about not going your own way is if you can find one of these gems, and they exist, they're out there. I think young people are finding that more and more as time progresses, that these dating apps are actually making people less social. It's odd because at surface level, it would seem that it would help with socialness, but no. What it's turned into is more and never enough, you know? How they're always looking for that next best thing. They're always looking for that next dopamine rush. And there's just players on there. The ones who are successful. There's players, and then there's a bunch of the beta simps, right? Oh, do you want to hang on me? Oh, do you want to hang on me? Oh, can we get together? Oh, can we get together? Yeah, these chicks are, I mean, they're getting like hundreds of messages a day. Oh, jeez. You got a bunch of fake alphas on there, too. You know, these guys, their shoes are like this thick. So that they can say they're 6 foot, even though even with the damn shoes on, they're like 5'11". And the soles are like this thick on them. All right. So they're a bunch of liars on there, too. And the same applies to the women. I mean, I remember I did tamper into that stuff 11, 12 years ago. Back when I first started this whole thing. Back when I started my ascension. And I remember sometimes I'd meet with these chicks and they didn't look like they did in their profile picture. Like they were fat. Or they were older. It was just weird. Like they manipulate the photos. So that was almost enough for me. I was like, fuck this. There's this one chick who looked like a Wookiee from, looked like Chewbacca or something. But in her photo, she didn't look like that. No, I'm not trying to, I mean, she was kind of a bitch because I forgot my wallet. I didn't find her attractive from when she walked up. The chick was like 6'5" or something. It was fucking, I mean, that's okay. You know, I actually, I don't mind tall women. But I was a little amped up. All right. I don't want to lie to you. I probably had too much caffeine that evening. But we went out to dinner, this and that. I was just having a good time. But I mean, I kind of knew I wasn't interested in going forward. And I think she might have knew that too. I mean, she probably didn't want me, maybe for different reasons. I don't know. But icing on the cake was I forgot my fucking wallet. So she had to pay, and then we went back, and I had to get cash, and boom, and then I was like, okay, see you, and she went on her way, and she drove like 30 minutes to come see me, because I didn't want to go waste my time. I wonder how many out there actually waste their time driving to meet somebody. Like, I was like, no, I can't do that. From what I've seen, they never look the way they do in their photos. They never seem the way they do on their profile. They're different, this and that, than what they present in the profile. I'm not going to drive an hour to see some broad who's like a 9 on this profile, but you meet her and she's like a 4 or 5. It's like, what the fuck just happened? It's like, are you even the same person? I mean, that alone almost made me filter the damn thing out. It's like, okay, I'm going to I'm going to start hitting up the libraries, start hitting up the grocery stores, start hitting up the shoe stores, start hitting up the malls, start hitting up the downtowns, start hitting up the parks, you know what I mean? But when you find a good woman, here's the catcher of this video. It's important for a man to some level. You need that reciprocation. It creates a sort of symbiotic harmony. When, like, you're in the position and, like, you do nice things for your lady or whatever. Or you work for her partly, you know what I mean? Like, so we got going on over here. I'm working, trying to take care of the household, take care of the finances. It's important for a man to have to do that, have to give. Because when it's just you and you're just on your own, it's kind of, you're all in it for you, you know what I mean? And the same kind of applies to the playas. The playas, yeah, they're getting all the hoes. Yeah, they're catching fungi on their dick. But at the same time, I mean, it's just all about them. And I think that it could be dangerous, even if you're one of those guys. Because it doesn't really require getting the ball thrown back to you and throwing it back. You know what I mean? You're just throwing it at the damn wall. And the thing is, the women can be very, very helpful if you find the right one. I mean, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses, you know? And by nature, I think there's a reason why there are these sort of roles, in a sense. It's nice having a woman around, man. They're good with, it depends on who you got, right? But they can help you with things. They can help you with numbers, with tasks, and everything else. I mean, of course, then there's the basic stuff, right? Oh, they can cook you meals. Oh, they can do the laundry. They can do stuff like that. You know, I mean, it's nice having something like that. It's sort of the fulfillment of being a man. And I just don't know if you quite achieve that just going your own way. I mean, some guys can do it. You know, some guys can be monks and shit. But I speculate that there's a lot of guys who are doing it. They're just checking out because they don't really want to apply themselves. I know that can sound harsh at first, but again, you don't have to go on the damn dating apps. You just gotta have the balls to go out there and pursue, you know? But I know some guys, they have a lot working against them. But there's always things you can do to try to improve yourself. Like I have this buddy, for example, he has this fucking beaver on his face. Like he has a nice skull structure. I don't know why he grows out this big fucking beard. You can't even see his lips, you know? like how the hell is he going to get abroad like that? And he's recently divorced for the past year or something. So he's kind of back in the game, right? But I mean, I don't know how much game he has. I don't think he has much. I mean, if I were in his position, I'd shave that beaver off my face and I'd get out there. You know, I wouldn't be sitting on the little apps talking to chicks in Zimbabwe or whatever. Most of those chicks are bots. You know, the ones who are overseas and all that. I mean, they're all bots. I even had a buddy who, this was many years ago. I mean, he's a good guy. He got a good wife now that he met in person here, not on some dating app. And she was not a chick who went on the dating apps. She was 26 years old when he met him. When he met her. She wasn't a dating app broad. And she's a great chick. She's beautiful. But nonetheless, this guy, when I met him, he was like 21 years old or something at the time. He was communicating with some chick from Russia, right? Some Russian chick. And I knew it was a fucking fake. Like I could just, she had like these little photos of herself. Oh yeah, I want to be a housewife, this and that. It's just crazy. And she was like, can you send me $1,500 for plane ticket? I can come visit you. And he went and sent her $1,500 as a plane ticket. Isn't that crazy? I didn't really want to I didn't want to burst this bubble. I felt bad. I mean, I was very, very skeptical. I was like 90% this is bullshit. You know, but what are you supposed to do in that position? Be like, hey man, I know she is really into you, and yeah, you're a very attractive guy, this and that. There's no reason why she shouldn't be, but I mean, I don't know. I'm worried she might be a bot, you know? Like, if I were to say something like that, I'd be like, what? You'd like, no, look, she sent me these photos. Look, she said my name in the video. Look, she, you know, like, they get them wound up like that. So, I mean, maybe I should have tried a little harder, but fortunately, he was smart enough to insure that money when he sent it through the bank, and he got most of it back. But as crazy as it sounds, even after that whole extravaganza, he's still questioning, you know, what if she was real? Like, there was a reason as to why he sent the money out, and he started realizing it was fake. I can't remember exactly what happened, but that's how sucked into that matrix some guys are, where even after the whole matter of he got it insured and he got the money back, this and that, he even still questioned to a certain level, what if that was a real chick, you know, not just some guy who like uses a bunch of these chicks to message, you know, they kind of specialize their messaging to the individual that they're talking to. But collectively, it's kind of the same shit that they're sending them all, you know. Oh, I like this. Oh, you like that. Oh, that's great. Oh, yes, I want to be housewife, you know, stuff like that. But just kind of my thoughts on the whole men going their own way. And I'm curious what you guys have to say about that. Like, some guys can do it, and that's a great thing for them if they can be happy. But maybe another thing to be concerned about is the future of our civilization. I mean, I guess I don't really give a shit what happens after I die. I'm kind of halfway in between of the going your own way thing and not, because I don't have any children. I haven't reproduced. So with that being said, I'm not contributing to the future of our civilization. But for my time being, you know, I would like to have a healthy collective keeping the cogs spinning here in terms of a functioning civilization for as I get old and then die. You know what I mean? But so I guess I don't really care what happens after I die. I mean, that's evident, but some people do, you know, and for them, yeah, it's not going to be good. I mean, it's not men's fault though, but it's hard to get to the core of all this. I mean, as mentioned, the women, they're playing the cock carousel, but there are the ones out there who aren't doing that, I think. Are there? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace be with you.